Welcome back, YouTube. So here we have something slightly different today from the norm. We actually have a Q&A with both myself and Lauren. We put out a question and answer on Instagram, and thank you for those who've messaged in. But yeah, we're going to run through some questions and hopefully have some fun. So I'll start. Nice and easy. Do you find it, if I can read, do you find it beneficial that you both have a huge interest in bodybuilding?
We've like said it a few times on like other platforms and stuff, but like it's really selfish sport. I think it makes it better that at least we both understand that it's selfish.
Yeah. And we don't hate each other.
We don't hate each other towards the end of it.
No, I agree. I think it's nice that we can, sound sad, that we can discuss bodybuilding. We watch shows, we like things.
Yeah, we both go to like expos and stuff. Like we both like that. That's like some people's worst nightmares. Like
I can go to an expo and leave Lauren and Zara. It's not quite like that. It's like we can go and enjoy it together. We can discuss it afterwards. And like you say, in terms of like obviously within the sport, doing it together is great because we both understand what goes into the sport.
Yeah.
We both learned not to take things personally.
Yeah.
If one's tired and grumpy and hungry, which happens sometimes, I don't get offended often anyway, but we don't get offended anyway, and it's I think so for sure.
Yeah.
How long have you both been competing?
Me only 2 years, but done photo shoots and stuff before that for 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 years for me.
I'm 7.
Yeah.
So I started 2015 was when I started. So yeah, way before we knew each other.
Yeah, we were friends before though. Yeah. We were friends before we were together. So like, I knew full well what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, she did. And actually, when we first started seeing each other, I was 5 weeks out from my first show.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, look, if she can deal with me now at my very, very worst, then I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And she passed the test. So congratulations.
Look at me.
How is it you are different in different phases of your goals? One is cutting, one is gaining. So Lauren's currently done a show and a week out from the next. I'm obviously not. So what are your thoughts?
We're doing like honest truths here. I actually have found it a lot more difficult than I thought I would, only because we are just on like polar opposite ends of the spectrum. Like I would eat my right arm if I could at the moment, whereas all George does is complain about how much food he has to eat, and he also takes about half an hour to finish a meal, and it takes me 30 seconds.
No, I agree. And look, like I think from my perspective, again, we're being open, honest truths. It's not easy to. A couple of things. I'm full of food and happy. You're not so much. To dealing with you is one thing. But then secondly, and you'll laugh, and you know, people don't see this from a boy's perspective. When I'm getting softer, hairier, less appealing to me, and Lauren's getting leaner and looking a certain way, obviously then you become like a little bit self-conscious. I do. So it's a case of like, oh, just turn the light off before we go to bed, Lauren. I'm wearing a t-shirt to bed tonight, don't worry about it. But it's again, because we are such like polar opposite ends of where we are. Lauren is incredibly super lean. I'm in a position where I'm trying to put on excess, where I'm really trying to push my grow up phase. I feel in a position where I'm a little bit softer. I'm sure Lauren doesn't care. I'm probably a little bit more cuddly, I don't know, but like for me, yeah, it's that definitely has played a part for me mentally this year for sure. Yeah.
For me, like the look side of things, it doesn't really like that doesn't matter to me whatsoever. Like I don't care about that, but like it is difficult. Like I understand it's difficult for you as well. So
yeah, that's what it is. But it's kind of covered already. But how is it as a couple, both in the fitness industry? Ladies first, as always, I think.
Yeah, I think we've already like kind of touched on this. Like, good. I definitely think it's like I definitely prefer when we're both going through the same sort of phase together, shall we say?
Yeah.
So it's like we both diet together, we both go out and get our steps together, and like sounds like do Stairmaster together, and then
romantic.
But like similar when we're both in like our off seasons, like we can enjoy like date nights, and like I'll like cook food for us both and stuff, like cook dinners, and like I like to do that type of side of things. So yeah, it's like we can both be sociable and stuff. So yeah. Well,
as unsociable together as well.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like in terms of both being in the industry, I think it's great having obviously Lauren on board and being super supportive within my role as a coach, and I post and whatever I need to do. Me kind of like having to post excess pictures, whether it be me or whatever. Lauren supports that. She's always then supporting me. Sounds really daft, she'll share my pictures and we'll share each other, and we do support each other. I want Lauren to do as well as you do thing. Whereas in the past, obviously being in situations where it's almost like frowned upon for me to be posting, and I get it, but it's a case we can support each other. I want Lauren to do well, and I push her out there. She pushes me out there, and it's kind of both understanding the industry and what we need to do. And I think together we're both competitive, and I don't know, it's difficult.
It's really weird because it's like when else would you be able to say like, oh, like my other half posts pictures of himself with no clothes on Instagram all the time, and I'm sharing it like, woo, look. But it's like,
I know Lauren's like, oh, should I post this? I'm like, get your bum on, get it up there, get it on.
But it's like,
is that normal? Maybe not.
I'll post George's like checking.
I'm proud of it.
George will show his checking pictures on his like Instagram, and I'll put it on my story, and it's like, in like any other situation, like this is so wrong, but like it's not at the same time, because I'm looking at it and I'm like,
but that's not forced for me. I'm like, genuinely, I'm like, get on.
And
whereas like, you know, I think you see other things and it's not so much. So I think it's really nice actually. For sure.
It is actually. It is like George wants. I care about like George doing well more than like me doing well, and
I feel the same.
I'd like to say it's the same. I didn't want to assume. I was waiting for him to jump in.
Let's just say that is the same.
Yeah.
How long have you and Lauren been competing? We've answered. And what is your favourite and worst part of prep?
I think my worst part of prep is like the low energy and like the prep legs. But it's the low energy. Like to me, like I'll eat whatever you tell me to eat, and I'll do as many minutes on the stairs or cardio, whatever, like as I'm told to do. For me, it's like the effect it has on like other people. Like I can't hold a conversation past 3 p.m. unless I've had a coffee, which I have now. Explains why I can't shut up. But I think for me that is, what's your favourite part? The favourite part is like the whole process. Like I love show day, I love show weekend, and I don't know, I love prep, so it's fine. Yeah,
for me, I don't know, I think I'll maybe start with the worst part is for sure. For me, the food and the training and the dieting doesn't faze me too much. You just do what you do. But like definitely for me, I think the impact it has on me, on other people, I think, or just
similar to me then.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely is how I feel, and just it takes me a little while even post show to kind of come back to getting my personality back, and I feel that way more so how other people have to deal with me, or like for example Lauren, I try my very best to be a certain way, but I'm just not. We've had this conversation before, you know, I'm there but I'm not present, and that's not on purpose, that's not a conscious effort to be that way. I'm trying my hardest, but it takes me a little bit of time to get back to kind of normality in terms of my personality post show. I think a couple of things, obviously the energy aspect for sure, but I think for me, my head's so in it and I'm so driven towards what I'm doing that it's incredibly selfish, and it's maybe a bad or good trait of mine. Everything else doesn't matter. My head's down, and you know, Laura means the world to me, but at that present moment in time, my head is knuckled in, and I think that side of things, I look back at myself from now when I'm out of that situation, and I think, oh, that's not great. But
because I'm sort of in that situation now, to be fair, and I think we like briefly spoke about it, because I've realised like these past few weeks like how much I have changed. Like I know in myself that I'm not being myself. It's like George laughs at me. It's like I don't know what I want. It's like I want him to talk to me, but then I'm like, oh, do you know what he like? Shush. But it's like that's hard for me then, because for me, like George doesn't know like what's like right or wrong like to do for me, because like one minute I want something, then I don't want it, but that's hard as well. So
and I think back to obviously the questions before then, being in the industry, both competing, I'm very aware of that and totally respect that. So in the nicest way possible.
I'm lucky in that sense.
I don't really care. Whatever she wants, she can have. I think Lauren's quite lucky in a way that I don't really get offended by anything. So if she doesn't want to speak to me, that's fine. If she does, then she does. And
I'm getting better at that side of things.
Yeah.
I am.
You are, but you know, like I said, I don't know. I'm pretty easy going with stuff like that. Like I'll speak if you need. I'll talk when spoken to.
Yeah. I do like if I want to be on my own for like a night or something like that. Like George doesn't like.
I've got things to do.
Yeah, like George is fine with that. If I like say to him, "Oh, like I'm just gonna go to bed," like I'm really not gonna be that much company. Like you're like completely fine with that, and I am lucky in that sense that like he Doesn't go and cry himself to sleep at night.
Yeah, I'm fine. But like I said, again, we have like, because we're both so driven in our own journeys that like, you know, if she wants me there, of course I'll be. And
yeah,
if not, I've got things to do, so I'm not going to stress over it. I'm not going to, like you say, knock on your door and I'll be okay. What was the favourite part of prep?
That's what I struggle to think of one. Like
when it's done, the food afterwards. No, I don't know. Look, like
the cookies.
Again, the process for sure, I think is it, and I live for that, and that's why my off seasons is driven as my prep, and I don't love the stage as much as you do. Rightly or wrongly, I don't know. People get offended by that. I don't know. I just love. So actually, it's funny because the bit that I hate is that I don't become myself. The bit I love is I don't become myself. I almost become, I don't know,
someone else.
Venom for a little bit and go into. And I enjoy that. I enjoy bringing that side out.
Yeah.
What's the thing you both find annoying about each other? I'll go first.
Nice and easy for him then.
I think for me, like, Lauren's inability to be nice to people. So she's just not as outgoing as I am. I think due to the nature of my job being a personal trainer, I've had to create small talk. I've had to fill gaps. I like to talk to people. I like to talk about whatever. Lauren's not being in that environment. So when it comes across, in my opinion, rude. It does. And I have to step in and save the day, obviously. But like...
Could you swear at this? Like, I have been told I have a resting bitch face. Like, I am aware of that. But I really am not that unapproachable. I promise.
Yeah, right, okay. And so that's what I'd say. It's just difficult. Like, I like to talk to people, and then I feel when I'm talking to everyone about everything, more often not relate because of me. So I get that. But yeah, for sure. When we are... Lauren just gives one-word answers, and it makes the situation incredibly hard. I've dealt with clients who give me one-word answers, and I'm trying to fill an hour with questions. So that's one thing I enjoy doing, and I'm good at, for sure. For example, in taxis and...
Yeah, one of the things that annoys me about you is... is whenever we go anywhere, George 100% will tell everyone how many times he's played golf, and then he'll tell everyone his career back on the Isle of Man, and he'll tell everyone how many clients he's got going at the moment. Everyone will know everything. When we're in a taxi somewhere, you just can't sit in silence. Just sit.
That's not normal behaviour. The taxi driver asks you a question, are you okay?
Someone says, oh, you get in the taxi, he goes, hi, you alright? That's just like small talk. George will go, yeah, I'm fine. And then I played golf when I was 11. Like, no one's asked him that.
This is how I get things. Because I make friends, and we've been in taxis, and people have been like, oh, well, if you ever over, you come stay at ours, and that's cool. And I'm like, you wouldn't get that.
Ever.
It has to me. So then, like, you turn around and be like, are you okay? Yep. Then it just doesn't ever spiral.
I was like, yeah, fine, thanks. You? Yeah, fine, thanks. That's all the conversation needs to be.
They want to chat, and I provide. Anyway.
Nobody wants to know how many golf championships you won when you're younger.
They do. Well, have you got any questions? My questions are done. This is potentially the interview done.
I feel like mine are a little bit. So, what's your favourite exercise to do in the
gym? Hack squat. I enjoy the hack squat.
Oh. Shoulder press.
Wonderful.
Least favourite?
Ooh, good one. I don't know. Bicep curls. Probably unpopular answer for boys. I don't really like training biceps.
Split squats.
Yeah, fair. Split squats for the win.
More cardio or less food?
Oh, more cardio.
Yeah, more cardio. What is your death row meal?
Ooh, death row meal. Starter, garlic bread and cheese.
Predictable.
Main.
I could probably tell you George's death row meal, sure. To be fair.
Main, calzone, cheese, salami, pepperoni.
Hot calzone from Pizza and Pasta.
And the dessert, Oreo cheesecake. Yeah. I'd be a heavy coffin, I'm afraid.
AKA George is going to Pizza and Pasta and the death row meal.
That's some health and fitness professional as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I would probably say, to be fair, garlic bread with cheese again to start.
Each.
Yeah, each. One each. I don't know what I'd have for main. Whether I'd go for a Red Dog's burger or a pizza. Let's go pizza. A massive pizza, and then a cookie dealer cookie with Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Wow. Right, what's next?
The last one is, What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Oh, I don't know. I'll let you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Only because you know what mine is.
I don't. I'm too busy thinking about mine.
To be fair, I can't, like, I've probably done more embarrassing. Oh, actually, I've got 2.
You can have 2. I don't. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you have a think. Probably one of the first embarrassing things that I've ever done is me and George weren't together that long, and I really, really, really don't like being chased. And we were in Peel, and I was walking in front of George, and he decided to chase me. So, what your natural instinct to do, I just ran away, and I fell. Who falls over in this day and age?
I wasn't aware adults fell over.
Adults fall over in the middle of Peel. I scraped my whole face, my hands, my knees. I honestly looked like I'd been in primary school and you rip your tights. Like, I had to go home and I would bathe in Sudocrem because my whole face was scabbed.
And it was so early on, and
it was so early on.
An instant giggle, and I was like, "All right, I need to be
George
nice."
giggled, and I you're trying not to cry.
Are you okay?
He was like, "Are you okay?" I had tears coming down. But then the second embarrassing thing I've ever done is, I think, on a night out, me, one too many tequila rosés, thought I was going out the door, and I went out the fire door and set the fire alarm off in the middle of. I'm not naming the bar what it was. I'm not naming the bar. Don't need to out myself like that. But yeah, the whole building got evacuated because of me. In TT as well. So let's just say it was extra busy.
I don't know. I've probably done plenty of embarrassing stuff. Can you think of anything I've done that embarrasses you? Everything. I'm not that embarrassed by stuff, so I feel like everything I've done right.
You sleep till quite a lot.
Yeah, that's not embarrassing.
Well, George fell asleep in Ben Howard concert.
I did fall asleep at a Ben Howard concert. Yeah, I wasn't that embarrassed though. I'm not easily embarrassed.
You can't leave it like that when I've just said 2 awful embarrassing things.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
You eat a cookie out of the bin.
Oh, I ate a cookie out of the bin. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed by that though. So post show, I finished my food. I strategically placed a cookie on top of the bin.
I woke up in the middle of the night post show and I heard rustling, and all I turned over and I seen the phone torch at the end of the bed in the middle of the bin, inside the bin.
I was scoffing away, finished off my cookie because it hadn't hit
midnight. That's not that embarrassing to me.
I'm not embarrassed by anything. It was like it wasn't midnight yet, so therefore the day wasn't over, so the cheat meal continued. So I'd obviously eat. Oh, you can embarrass me in a minute, that's fine, I'm sure. But I'd eaten to the point of illness post-show. This is by no means, I'm not advocating that behaviour, it's awful, but I did. And then I strategically put my cookie on top of the bin in its wrapper because I knew I was coming back. So I waited till I got to bed, and I woke up in the morning, I think in the bathroom, I thought, oh, while I'm here, I'll try a bit of cookie.
Just finish it off.
Yeah. What else have I done?
I can't remember, to be fair. I was going to say something about when we were away, when we went to Liverpool, but...
What did I do?
I don't know, you were just dabbing in the middle of Liverpool.
Oh, I dabbed, yeah. Again, not embarrassed. So I don't drink.
I was embarrassed.
That's fine, we need to think of things that embarrass you. I don't drink. Lauren taught me how to drink what was that thing called? With a cup in the middle. The Red Bull.
A Jaeger bomb?
Yeah.
George had never had a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
How old were you?
25.
25, and George had never had a Jaeger bomb.
I lived the sheltered life.
You tried his first one and the glass hit him in the face.
No, he took my teeth out. But then I dabbed. So we had a few drinks and I dabbed. Still got it on camera actually.
It's so funny you what about when at the works do?
You've got them all.
I've got all the beauties of George drinking.
Yeah. Possibly under the influence.
My birthday, George ordered a Prosecco bottle to the table for my birthday, and I had one glass and he drank the whole bottle.
That was the same night though, sure?
No, it wasn't. That was a separate night.
All right. Well, anyway, I haven't drank for 6 years, and this is probably why, because I've somewhat embarrassed myself and Lauren to the general public. So, yeah. On that note, bring back memories. Thank you all again. Hopefully that's been of any help or some entertainment. We've enjoyed it. I think I'm in trouble. But yeah. So look, guys, again, jump on board. We've got a new podcast coming out, so for those of you who want to watch that, and just keep tuning in. But we want to bring something a little bit different this time, and for those of you who've enjoyed, please comment below, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and again, any other sort of information that you want or content that you'd like to see, please just comment below.